Hey, welcome to Hot Coffee and Conversations. I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. Hey, today I'm going to talk about being healthy is what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it being healthy. So there's several things you need to know. One, I was I was heavy. I was the girl that you would say, "Oh, you have such a pretty face." ... As a younger girl. I went to Weight Watchers when I was in high school. I was successful. I joined the military. And then I had my first child, and I ended up on Fatty Fatty Why You Run So Slow. And I would always be just like a pound over what I was supposed to, or 2 inches over what I was supposed to. And that created something in my head that was really hard to overcome. And so that's what today is about. It's about overcoming more of a mental block I had about being healthy than a physical one. So I hope you enjoy this little snippet. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that full well. Except I knew it, but I didn't believe it. How could God just make me and make me look the way I did? You see, I believed that about everything, that God is perfect and wonderful and He makes everything beautiful and wonderful. But I was struggling because I did not believe that about myself. I hated looking at myself in the mirror. I disgusted myself. And it didn't matter how much I worked out and how hard I exercised and what I ate or how I ate. I was never satisfied with how I looked. And it just became a monster. And it also, weakness was my image. I didn't respect it and I didn't love it and I hated it, in fact. Remember, I said it didn't matter how hard I worked and exercised. I wasn't content with that woman there. And she was running miles with a double stroller up and down hills every day. I was totally discontented with myself, and there was nothing anybody could say to help me. I was running and pushing play. I was doubling up on workouts, and nothing would satisfy me, no matter how I worked, no matter what the scale said, no matter what my clothes looked like. It was a struggle every day. Not only that, I was just angry. The more I worked, the harder I worked, the angrier and more upset I would get, the more frustrated I get when life would interrupt what I needed to do to be healthy. I would get mad at everyone at home when something would affect or impact my day where I couldn't exercise, or the nutrition I was eating. I was using fitness apps to track calories. I get frustrated when I wasn't getting enough. I get frustrated when I was getting too many. I desperately wanted to look like I worked out. I desperately wanted to be a skinny girl. I wanted to be something that maybe I won't be. And it was hard because the only way I liked looking at myself in the mirror was without my glasses on. And I can't see without my glasses, but that's the only time that I look good to myself. To fall in love with life, I had to fall in love with myself. I had to rethink, train my brain to think differently about how I saw myself. And that started with the mirror. That started with me looking in the mirror every day, every time I walked past one, and telling myself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and there is purpose, and God does not make mistakes, and I am beautiful. That is what I told myself for months and months and months. After baby 4, I finally had an epiphany, and my epiphany actually came from a coach I follow on Facebook, and she's brilliant, and I love her. And she had made a post about how she hated her thighs. And to me, I was like, how can you hate any part of your body? You're beautiful. You are so fit. You are so you are amazing. And how could you hate part of yourself? And a light bulb went off. It was just like, oh, she hates this part of herself. But what I see is not what she sees, but it's what she sees. And at that point, I decided I was going to, one, truly love who I was, because if I didn't love who I was now or at that moment, I would never love who I am today. I would never love how strong I am or what I look like today if I could not appreciate and love where I had to start. So I started over. Not only did I start over, I showed the world where I was starting at. I'm not gonna lie, that was terrifying, but you know what? It helped me stay accountable, but it also helped me enjoy the process and enjoy just learning to love who I was becoming. And every step of the way, I just pushed myself a little more and went a little farther until I can reach my goal. See? Kicking butt every day, enjoying life to the fullest, embracing my family, finding exercise as a joy and something to celebrate instead of a punishment that I torture myself with every day to look a certain way. Finally, I just can celebrate who I am. And that is where my fitness journey began, celebrating who I am. I love my job. My job is amazing. I'm a mom. I teach kids at home. I encourage other people every day to just appreciate who they are and to push themselves to be the best version of them. And it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter where they start. It's just about being them and being who they were meant to be. And that is awesome. And I love it because somebody believed in me. Not just one person, but a whole group of women believed in me, encouraged me to go and push myself and just put in the work and appreciate who I was every step of the way. There was no judgment. They weren't like, oh my God, girl, you're fat. Or, oh my God, girl, I can't even believe you're trying. No. It was, you can do this. You are amazing. Look at you now. And that is why I love Beachbody, because it's not a scheme. It's not some pyramid that I'm trying to build. It's a way of life. It's sustainable. And it's a group of wonderful people that stand behind you every step of the way. It is who helped make me who I am. It is the coach that doesn't even know she impacted my life, but she did. It is my coach. It is the other women that I meet. It is the other men that I meet. It is the community that helps you get stronger. It's the community that believes in you no matter where you're starting, no matter what you look like, no matter if you can run a marathon or if you can't walk around the block. That doesn't matter to us. What matters is that we're here to lean on each other and encourage each other to be the best. I believe that everybody's journey starts when they are uncomfortable with who they are. But before my journey could actually begin, I needed to learn to love who I was, how I was created, how I was made, and to recognize that I am me and I'm special and I have a purpose. And if I can just encourage one person, one other woman, just to love who they are right this minute before anything else happens, then I'm happy. And maybe you are like me 4 years ago, where you were just angry and mad and you didn't understand why you couldn't get to where you want to be. And maybe that's because it has to start with the inside and then it has to work the way out. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have another hot cup of coffee because it's amazing. And I will see you later. Have a great